Fingiamo un down, non casare in giro, solo che mi tocca cargando.
Well, guys, I have the awesome privilege today to be on a Zoom meeting with Derek Frank. Derek is a bassist and a composer, also a traveling musician who has played with, I believe, Shania Twain, Gwen Stefani, Air Supply, Kelly Clarkson, Shakira. The list goes on. Derek, I can't keep going. You're going to be playing at the June Lake Jam Fest in September, and I want to thank you for being with us here today.
Thanks for having me. Like I told you before, I'm here in Paso Robles hanging out. So excuse the outdoor setting here.
I love the outdoor setting. Got a
But
concert tomorrow, huh?
yeah, I'm currently on tour with Don Felder from the Eagles, and we're playing the California Mid-State Fair tomorrow.
Man, that just stole my first question because it was going to be, if I'm correct, you're currently on the road or just came off tour with Don Felder, the
Well,
legendary
there you go.
Eagles guitarist.
Sorry, I totally ruined your question.
No, I absolutely love it. So, I watched some other interviews with you in the past, and one thing that I think that really comes out about your story is you were waiting to have guitar lessons, and you talk about how the bass chose you. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. When I was a kid, I was really into I was into listening to music, and then when MTV came out, I was like, once I saw people play, I'm like, oh, I want to do that. But I didn't know the difference between guitar and bass, so it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna learn how to play guitar. And then I finally discovered bass when I was waiting for my guitar lesson, and there was a bass hanging on the wall. And I just asked the guy at the store, like, what is that? And he said, that's a bass guitar. And I was like, oh, can I check it out? And he put it in my hands, and immediately, for some reason, I didn't really know what its function was in the band or the difference between that and guitar, but I started just messing around with it. And I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. I'm gonna play this. And so yeah, I saved up my money and bought a bass, and as
How
they
old
say, the
were
rest
you?
is history. I was about 13 at the time. So
13 years old.
yeah, so I was probably 14 when I bought a bass. But when I discovered
Wow.
it, I was 13, and when I decided that, I wanted to go that route, yeah, I was about 14
That's cool.
or 13, yeah, 13 and bought it at
I
14.
I listened to some of the songs that
All
were
right.
sent, and I also went back and read a little bit about you composing this album. And what really struck me was the fact that you were influenced by the '70s vibe of was it show tunes or soundtracks of television and film? Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
I mean, I grew up on 70s TV, and, like some of the superhero shows and cartoons and stuff like that. And like, the Dirty Harry movies and all that kind of stuff. And there's a certain vibe to that music. And kind of during the pandemic, when we didn't really have anything to do, I was kind of digging back into a lot of that stuff. I just kind of realized, wow, this music is really cool. So when I started writing for the album I did in 2020 called 11 Years Later, a lot of that influence came through, and that just became kind of a recurring theme in my last couple of records.
What would you describe your music as? Because it's got a lot of jazz, a little folk. What genre would you classify it in?
It's basically jazz funk
Yeah,
mixed with 70s soundtrack music and jam band. It's
exactly.
it's kind of a mishmash of all those styles. I mean, I kind of find that, like, in the jam scene these days, things are just kind of eclectic. They have a mix of a lot of things, and a lot of the acts that are in the jam world these days are kind of like, you can't really pigeonhole them into one genre. And I think
Mhm.
that's kind of where I'm at. It's like I said, it's got elements of jazz, got elements of funk, even some elements of classic rock, and even like some
Yeah,
southern rock, some of it. Um, but yeah, I'd say it's just kind of a mishmash of all that stuff.
yeah, I love it. Tell us about your band.
Okay, so it's we're kind of from all over. I've got a couple LA guys. My drummer is a guy named Matt Hankel, who lives in LA, as I do as well. Guy I went to college with many years ago at University of Miami. A keyboard player lives in Denver. His name's Tom Amend. Um, the guitarist is a guy named Anthony King. He actually lives in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, but
Wow.
he lived in LA. We went to college together as well. Me and Anthony and Matt Hankel all went to school together. But he lives in LA for a while now. He lives in Canada, but he'll fly out for all the shows we do and the recordings that we do.
So when you
Mm.
come to June Lake Jam Fest, are they going to be there, the whole band?
Yeah, these guys will fly in. They'll fly into Reno and drive down. And then the couple of LA guys. My percussionist Demian Arriaga, he lives in LA as well. He's a guy I've done some pop touring with. He plays in Miley Cyrus's band. He does a lot of pop stuff. He was with the Jonas Brothers for years. Um,
Wow.
and so yeah, the three of us that are in LA will drive up together. My horn section's based in LA, so they'll drive up from LA. Um, but most of the shows I'm doing these days are kind of all over the place. So that's why it doesn't matter that my guitarist is in Canada and my keyboard player is in Denver. We just,
Yeah.
we just fly out. We're at the point now where we don't really need to rehearse. It's just we just get together and we play, and it's all good.
Tell us about your three new songs. So you released Going Stag, right, in March,
Yep.
Barker's Boogie in May, and then Beefcake just
Yep.
in June. What
Yeah.
inspired
So
the
we
names of those and the and the
Well, we went into the studio in February. I just wanted to crank out a few songs. The idea was that I'm eventually going to put out another record, but I wanted to release a few singles first. It's kind of the way people are doing it these days, just dropping singles. It's a way to
right.
work the whole Spotify algorithms and all that stuff that we got to do these days. So we went to the studio in February, just recorded three songs. The name of the studio was Stag Street Studios in Van Nuys. Near LA, suburb of LA. So the first song was called Going Stag, just a little nod to Stag Street Studios.
Nice.
So that was the first single we dropped. The next one was called Barker's Boogie. My dog's name is Bob Barker, so a little
Ah,
nod to my little man Bob Barker. And it's a
yeah.
it's like a blues shuffle, kind of a boogie thing. So that's where the title of that came from. And then Beefcake
Cool.
is just, I don't know, a silly name for a fast paced disco funk jam.
Why
Maybe
not,
it's a nod
right?
to maybe it's a nod to the rest of the Brutus Beefcake. I don't know. Just came off the
Yeah.
top of my head.
Well,
It's hard to name instrumental songs because you don't have lyrics to go off of. When
yeah.
you're writing songs with lyrics, usually the chorus is, the name of the song comes from the chorus of the song, but instrumental, you just got to come up with something that, I don't know, usually is something silly.
We're going to start throwing it into rotation here on KSRW-FM up in Bishop for you guys.
Oh,
Really
cool. Thank
like
you.
the sound and excited about you guys being at the June Lake Jam Fest. And if you're cruising through town and you got the availability, we'd love you to stop by in the studio and we'll go live on the air one more time before the show.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, we'll be up for like about 5 days before the Jam Fest. I've got a
Okay.
place in Mammoth, and so Mammoth is a second home, so we get up there quite a bit, and
Nice.
we'll be coming in and out throughout the year.
That's
Yeah, whenever
wonderful.
my schedule allows, which hasn't been a lot lately. But I'm trying to make more time to get up there. But yeah, whenever time allows, we get up there to hang out.
Well, you've got to be really busy. So you're on this tour right now, still with Don Felder. How long does that tour
Mhm.
go?
So we're on a little break right now. I mean, we have a show tomorrow, but aside from that, we're on a break for about 10 days after that. Then we go out for another 3 weeks. And the tour officially ends. I'll be home August 25th. And that's when I have a little break. So we're able to do Jam Fest. But then a few
Right.
days after Jam Fest, I go and join Melissa Etheridge for 5 weeks of
Oh,
her
wow.
tour. I do a fall run with her. And then that run ends October 12th. Um, and so, as far as I know, that's kind of the end of touring for me for the year. I got a bunch of one-offs with Don. He does a lot of kind of one-off like casinos and private shows. So I've got a bunch of those with him. But as far as like long touring, I think that's it for the year for me.
Does that mean that
So
you'll
then
be cranking out the rest of the album?
Yeah, I'm gonna get, when the touring's done, I'll start settling down and writing again, and hopefully get back in the studio before the end of the year. And then the plan is to drop another record like first quarter of next year. So
Awesome. Now, you mentioned the algorithm, and we all have to play by the algorithms in this
yep,
world, whether it be
yeah.
video or music. Do you like the new way that music has taken the turn back in the day when we've gone digital and you have a little bit more freedom online, or
Uh, Not really.
no?
I'm old school. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
51, so I remember the days of buying records, and I
I
love the
still do.
experience of. Yeah, I do too. I'm a vinyl guy.
Yeah.
I put my last two records out on vinyl just because I personally love the experience of getting a record, a physical thing, putting it on, listening to it, and then looking at the physical product, reading the liner notes, looking at the photos and inside the album jacket while I'm listening to the record.
Absolutely.
Like I love that experience, and that's how I grew up. Um, and these days, like, when you drop a record, there's so much more that you have to do in order to get it heard.
Right.
It's
The
kind of exhausting,
algorithm.
really. You're trying to work these algorithms and figure out the best strategies. Um, Meanwhile, obviously with the streaming services, we're not making money doing this. Like there's literally nothing to be made, and whatever. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, for
But
another day.
of course, it is easy to like put your music out there and get it heard.
Right.
You just have to do a lot more to promote it these days.
Yeah.
And I try not to complain about it because I don't want to be that grumpy old guy. We just have to assimilate because that's the way it is. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to learn as we go. I'm trying to be open to the
The
new
new
way
way.
of doing things. So
Well, I
that's
heard
all I can do is try to learn and do it.
I heard that I just watched the thing on the reason why I asked this question is they said that now it's a little bit somewhat easier to get discovered, but you have to do a lot of TikTok dancing. So that's
Yeah,
that's the algorithm.
yeah. I mean,
But you're
I'm not on
established, so
TikTok. I feel like I'm too old for TikTok. Like, I do Instagram and YouTube and obviously the streaming, platforms, all the streaming stuff. But TikTok is one of those things I draw the line. I'm
well,
like, I just don't have enough time for that.
I'm gonna buy those 2 albums on vinyl and get them to me. You need to sign them when you come up on the way through, because and let's make one thing really clear to this young generation: the Crosby record player does not do records justice.
Oh man, those speakers sound terrible. Those built-in speakers.
Yeah, and that stylus. Oh my goodness!
Oh man.
You invest in some good hardware, you young millennials, and you really enjoy what vinyl's all about.
Yeah, but be prepared. It's a rabbit hole.
Oh, I
It's
know. Oh my goodness!
and
My
everybody
last,
has their
my last
opinions
stylus
and
was $500.
yeah, right. Oh my God. Yeah.
But I mean, the amount of sounds that come out is just incredible, and I'm
Yeah, it's
looking
deep.
forward to getting your album and putting it on.
Cool. Well, shoot me your address or I'll bring you one when we come up in a couple of weeks
Sounds
or
good. Anything you
a
want to say
month or
about
whatever it is.
anything you want to share that we didn't cover, or about June Lake Jam Fest, or?
No, I just hope people come out to the Jam Fest. It seems like it's going to be a great time. It's my first time playing it. Obviously, it's a beautiful setting. We love June Lake. There's a lot of great bands that are playing there. A lot that I've seen over at Liberty Bar in Mammoth. And there's a lot of people that are repeat performers at Jam Fest. And I know Dogs in a Pile is one that Janet Hunt, the promoter, is really looking forward to bringing in. It's their first time. And we're looking forward to having a great time. We're gonna play our set, but we're gonna hang all weekend. So we'll be hanging out, checking out the other bands, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're playing Friday, September 5th at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So hope people come out and hang out with us.
And I think they will. June Lake Jam Fest is a big
Cool.
deal around here, and I think you're going to be, well, not only will they be blown away, you'll be blown away.
Can't wait.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to do this with us, Derek. I know you're a busy man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you bet.
Right on.
Hello, I'm Jeff Gabriel with Sierra Forever. We have the spectacular summer programming of education and interpretation. Every Saturday and Sunday at the Panum Crater, there is a hike that goes starting at the Panum Crater Trailhead Kiosk, going all the way up to the Panum Crater. It's again every Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and it's going to cover all the geology with regard to the Eastern Sierra. Wonderful program to go on. For more information, go to sierraforever.org, click on the calendar, and you will see the information pertaining to the Panum Crater tours. Again, it's every Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., meeting at the Panum Crater Trailhead Kiosk. I'm Jeff Gabriel, Sierra Forever. Educate, inspire, explore.
Hi, my name is Hadley Brown. I am a part of the Inyo County HHS Public Health and Prevention team, and I'm here to announce to you our community baby shower. Our community baby shower we have hosted during our Life Night, and that's from 5 to 6:30 p.m. For our community baby shower, we have invited our currently pregnant families and families who have welcomed the baby in the past year, and those families will receive special giveaways and benefits. Also, what to expect for the Life Night as a whole is a fun, family-friendly event with interactive activity rooms for all ages, and we do have dinner served at 6:30 p.m. There's also extra resources, gifts, and celebration for our new and expecting parents. All community members are welcome to our Life Night, and that is hosted at the Inyo County building next to Grocery Outlet. Again, I am Hadley Brown with the HHS Public Health and Prevention team. Thank you.
Hello, this is Jimmy T with Eye on Inyo and Mono. Today we're honored to have Trooper Caleb, the new PIO, LPO. What are you now?
All of the above.
All of the above.
PIO is fine.
And you're out of the Bishop Station for the California Highway Patrol. So tell me, what's been happening recently?
Oh, well, recently, obviously it's the summer and all the things that come with summer. There's a lot of people traveling up and down US 395 in our area and passing through town and going to see Mammoth and, traveling through to go to Reno and things like that. So just a lot of traffic coming through the area.
And have you seen an uptick in accidents? Are there more accidents happening now?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Summer, you get summer.
Yeah, there's definitely been a surplus of accidents. So for my job, I also review the accidents that come through the area. And there's been a significant increase recently in accidents in our area. And also a significant increase in fatal activity and things like that. And it's definitely a big thing now.
It seems there are a lot of single vehicle accidents where the truck rolls over. But it just auto-bind-off effect where you say, oh, look what's happening. It never happened before.
Well, it's definitely happened before. It happens every year, multiple times a year. But recently, it seems like a lot of it's either just due to negligence or not paying attention. Or recently, we've had a lot of high wind advisories and things like that. And so if you're driving a high occupancy, truck and the wind blows it over, that's usually the cause of it,
It's those wind warnings are there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Now, upcoming back to school and also Labor Day. Well, those are traditionally we want to remind people to be careful. What do you want to remind people for Labor Day?
Definitely. Well, Labor Day, it's one of those things. You have the extra long weekend and the day off, and so everyone else has pretty much got that who works those hours, or so there's gonna be a lot of people on the road. Something to be mindful of. Be extra careful. Keep your head on a swivel. Because just because you may be a good driver does not mean that the person driving next to you is a good driver, right? So it's just something to keep in mind, for sure. There's a lot of dangerous drivers out there too.
It's kind of scary when the road narrows and you go, okay, I'll take a lot of time. I'm narrowed, and somebody says, oh, I'm going to do it the last minute.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that kind of adrenaline. It's unpleasant.
No, it happens to all of us too,
So we're having some construction on 395. Are you finding that people are obeying the speed limits, or noticed?
So I've worked a couple of those details, and I've spoken to some of the officers who are working the details. In town, it seems like a lot of people are more so adhering to the speed limits. I'd say that the one that's messing people up is in Big Pine, because it's just one of those things. Big Pine comes up on you quick when you're traveling through US 395, and even without the construction zone there, people are still flying through. It's one of those things where when you're going northbound, you wrap around that corner just before you enter town. And so it's just one of those things. You got to, again, like I said, you got to keep your head on a swivel. If you see cones or a cone pattern forcing you into one lane, that should probably tell you something. But, there's a lot of other signs that say reduce speed limit that have flashing lights, and there's construction workers with reflective vests. So those should be little signs to, if you're passing through, that, hey, maybe I should slow down, or what's the speed limit right now,
No. Isn't the construction speed limit supposed to be 25 miles an hour? Or is that?
It depends on the area. So I'm not 100% familiar with what the exact speed limit is through Big Pine, because it's been a minute since I've worked that one. But usually it's not the norm speed limit as you're going through. So I believe it is 25, but I'd have to double check just to be absolutely sure on that. But there will be a posted sign on those details. So it's just one of those things to be mindful of.
Even if it's not a closed lane, I try to move over into the lane to avoid them, to give them that extra margin of safety, because you're hurtling past those guys, and they could step in front of you by accident.
Of course. Yeah. You know, the only thing that's keeping you between or keeping you away from them is a cone pattern. You know what I mean? And those don't stop cars. So,
Sadly. So,
Hello, I'm Jeff Gabriel with Sierra Forever. We have a spectacular summer of education and interpretation programming planned for you. On the second and fourth Friday of every month, we have Wildflower Tour. That is looking at all the wonderful wildflowers that we have in the Eastern Sierra. So if you love wildflowers, you're going to love this hike, interpretive hike in particular. We want you to meet at the Mosquito Flat Trailhead Kiosk, and it's going to be starting at 8 o'clock a.m. It's going to go from 8 to 11 o'clock a.m. And again, it's the second Friday and the fourth Friday of the month, going all the way to the end of September. For more information about this wildflower interpretive hike, go to sierraforever.org, click on calendar, and you will see it located on the second and fourth Friday of the month. Again, I'm Jeff Gabriel with Sierra Forever. Educate, inspire,
Hi, my name is Mark Hatter, and I'm the director of the Bishop Community Band. I would like to invite you to our concerts every Monday night from 8 to 9 p.m. in the gazebo at the front of the Bishop City Park. One more time, at the gazebo in the front of the Bishop City Park, 8 to 9 p.m. on Mondays. Absolutely free.
Hello, I'm Jeff Gabriel with Sierra Forever, and we're calling for papers for the 10th annual Eastern Sierra History Conference. It's going to be October 31st, November 2nd, 2025 at the Saracosa Community College here in Bishop, California. Calling for papers for those who may want to be presenters at the History Conference. It's Friday and Saturday where people make presentations. If you're interested in being a presenter and talking about the wonderful history here in the Eastern Sierra and the Sierra Nevada, you'll need to do a 250 abstract paper and submit it to Michelle at sierraforever.org. And we will then consider that for the 10th annual Eastern Sierra History Conference, October 31st, November 2nd, 2025. Again, I'm Jeff Gabriel with Sierra Forever. Educate, inspire, explore.
She was good, but it wasn't look the flake good. You'll pay the bill? Hi, I am Jason Brown with Laughing Parrot Productions and Sierra Wave Media, and I am so excited and thrilled to be introducing my daughter Hadley Brown here in the official capacity as a County of Inyo employee working for HHS in the Public Prevention Program. It's got a cute little flyer here. I'm going to just kind of hold it up here real quick. I know you couldn't see too much. It's got a really cute little bear wearing a little diaper and balloons going up, and it says in the front, "We can barely wait." And this is an Inyo County community baby shower. Hadley, please tell us a little bit about this event. Like, when is it happening?
So this event is happening during our Life Night, and our Life Night is hosted Thursday, August 7th at the county building next to Grocery Outlet. This event is from 5 to 6:30 p.m. For the community baby shower, who we have invited is families who are currently pregnant or have welcomed a baby in the past year, and they will receive special giveaways and benefits.
Okay, so what else can they expect? They're coming out there, they're getting giveaways. That's great, free stuff. What else is happening at this baby shower?
Well, at this baby shower is also our Life Night, and what to expect for that is a fun, family-friendly event with interactive activity rooms for all ages. We also do have dinner served at 6:30 p.m. and there's a lot of extra resources, gifts, and celebration for the new and expecting parents.
Okay, and so since you said that it's a fun, family-friendly event and dinner served and activities for all ages, so basically what's happening here, if I'm correct, and summarizing this is that the baby shower is an event that is happening in a bigger event that's taking place that all community members are welcome to,
Correct, yes.
which is called Life Night, right?
Yes, our Life Night.
Wonderful. Well, thanks. If anybody has questions, contact WIC 760-872-1885. Hadley, thank you so much for coming in. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'm Jason Brown.
And I'm Hadley Brown.
Hello, this is Fred Rowe from Sarah Bryant Dot, bringing you the QRF Quick Report Fish for August 1st to the 7th. Okay, let's rip through it. Upper Owens River, starting to pick up a little bit. Dries and nymphs. For the dries, hey, let's fish with hopper patterns. Let's use hopper, what we call parachute hoppers, and let's use stimulators in tan and yellow. Okay, for nymphs, let's fish with size 18 pheasant tails and size 18 or 16 golden hair's. Let's rip over to Hot Creek. What are we doing there? Mostly dry fly fishing in the interpretive side. What are we fishing for the dry flies? We're fishing tricos in size 20s, and we're fishing blue-wing olives in 20s, and we're fishing gray caddis in size 20. Crawling, you know the drill. Go to the back of the lake, fish a midge pattern, 15 to 25 feet of water. What are you fishing? Size 18. Midges, we're using tiger midges, zebra midges, blood midges, and barren midges in there. Okay, let's head over to Rock Creek. What are we doing there? Drying a dropper. My favorite dry and dropper rig, size 16 simulator, size 16 or 18 tiger midge. Okay, let's head it down to my favorite, Bishop Creek Canal. Get on the water in the mornings. Don't get out there middle of the day like I've been doing. What are you gonna fish in there? Fish dry flies, fish an elk caddis in a size 18, fish a size 18 pale morning duck or blue-wing olive. Nymphet, fish a size 18 olive coldigon, or fish a size 16 hare's ear. Well, this has been Fred bringing you the QRF Quick Report Fish for August 1st through the 7th.
Hi there, I'm Pastor Tim Homan from the Pastors Roundtable and Bishop Grace Lutheran, as well as Mammoth Lakes Lutheran, with a short devotional message for you called God is a Miracle Worker. As I teach classes, I often ask my kids to name as many miracles that Jesus performed as they could, or to list how many people Jesus raised from the dead. You can make your own list for that. Only 37 of the innumerable miracles of Jesus are recorded in the Bible. If you remember 3 resurrections, you're correct. Jairus' daughter, the young man at Nain, as well as his friend Lazarus. Often Jesus would enter a town and people would bring to him people who were sick and possessed by demons, and he would heal them. John 21 says, "Now there are also many other things that Jesus did. Were every one of them to be written, I suppose that the world itself could not contain the books that could have written." Jesus accomplished all this in just 3 years of earthly ministries. How does God perform miracles in your life? Are you aware of the daily bread that you're given each and every day, the blessings that he gives you? I am Pastor Tim Homan, reminding you of the blessings of God and a miracle worker that he is. Join us on the Pastors Roundtable or Bishop Grace Lutheran and Mammoth Lakes Lutheran.